Welcome to the Central Iowa Sports Network's live coverage of the 2017 Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament from downtown Des Moines. It's 40 teams from the smallest towns to the biggest cities competing for 5 titles. CISN's coverage of the 2017 state tournament is brought to you by Mid-American Energy, CenturyLink, Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Now let's go courtside at Wells Fargo Arena for the play-by-play.
A little cooler start to your March morning as snow falling outside of Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines off the banks of the Des Moines River and I-235. The Well is the spot for more basketball action. 6 more games coming your way on day 3 of the 2017 Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Championships. Hello, everybody. Welcome inside the floor at Wells Fargo Arena. I'm Paul Yeager. This is Dar Danielson. Courtside for yet another day, Dar.
And it's warm in here. We don't have to worry about the snow flurries inside.
We don't have to worry about the snow. We just have to worry about the flying basketballs.
Yeah, behind us,
For
hopefully.
some reason, I put us a little. I said, let's go where the basketballs
Sit courtside and do the pregame show.
Yeah,
That's a good idea, though.
Good idea.
Gets us in the mood.
Yeah, so here you go. This is, you can see what's going on the court behind us, and it's Boone and Marion. That is the 3rd game of Class 4A in the quarterfinals. There'll be another game after this. There were 2 last night. And the nightcap here is our number 7 game was Cedar Rapids Xavier knocking out Grinnell. Grinnell fought the entire way, had several opportunities.
Had the chance to tie it late and with a 3 and missed a shot, and Xavier was able to
make a lot
salt
of free
it away.
throws.
Yeah, make a lot of free throws. But and it's interesting. I talked with North Scott. They won yesterday over Nevada, and they stayed here last night because they're going to come in and watch these games. And then they'll go home and have a day back and then come back on Friday.
And I think they were going to go to Grinnell
to
do a workout
practice
at
in
the
Grinnell.
college and then go to class.
Yeah, they're going to work out on the way home and then go back to class. So with the game split up like this, the coaches can do a little different planning that way as opposed to the ones that are all in one day where you can sit here and watch them all and then go home.
Well, and that'll be what Class 5A is later today. We have 2 4As, and then we have all 4 of the Class 5A games. Let's take a look at the 5A matchups. As we mentioned, there's another 4A game. Council Bluffs, Lewis Central, and Pella will be at.
Welcome to the Iowa Girls High School State Basketball Tournament. Joining me here is Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Executive Director Gene Berger. Man, this is a time you look for. Opening day of the tournament, huh?
It's the best, and there's no snow.
Yeah.
I survived the first snowstorm. It didn't land on state tournament.
You've been doing some different things here on these tournaments come along.
4A and 5A are different. 4A, they're close in size to these 5A schools. Some 4A schools play higher competition. Some play competition that's at their level or maybe even smaller. The Indianola is probably, to me, one of the biggest question marks of the tournament.
Yeah, they're the outlier in this in the 5A.
Playing in the Little Hawkeye instead of the CIML, they played the majority of their conference or the majority of their games were Class 4A, and they're playing in 5A.
But when they did step over to 5A, they won. They took care of business, and that'll be interesting. Johnston finished runner-up last year. They lost. They have their big player Knuth back. They lost a few players off that team, so they're coming back with experience there. And then these other teams, if West Des Moines Valley, West Des Moines Valley, they played each other through the season.
They do? Dowling and Valley play each other? Do they
believe it or
know
not,
each other?
Yeah, they know each other pretty well, and that I'm assuming there'll be a few fans here because there always is, no matter whether they're playing chess or ping pong or whatever, those two teams.
I saw some Dowling stickers in the parking lot already this morning, but I think it was for an academic event at the Iowa Event Center.
And then Iowa City West and Waukee. Waukee won the championship 2 years ago, got knocked out by Cedar Falls last year in the quarters, and they're back with some good senior leadership there.
Carly Littlefield headed to Princeton, very good guard for Coach Chris Guess, and they'll be ready to play. And Iowa City West B.J. Mayer, always has a really tall, long, athletic squad. This year, no different.
Yeah, and they're now you and I don't see the Eastern Iowa teams that much because we work mainly here and see the ones here in Central Iowa. But that's been a program in City High. Those two programs have been, constants on the eastern side of the state there coming in. Of course, defending champion Centennial was knocked out and is not returning to defend the title. So there will be a new champion,
yep.
And the question is it going to be one of these teams that hasn't had a championship in a while, or will it be maybe Waukegan won it a couple years ago, Dowling, West Des Moines Valley? Believe it or not, they're looking for their first ever girls state basketball championship,
Isn't that
right?
something to think that they haven't won.
With all the success they've had in their various programs, soccer, softball, and girls programs like that they haven't won a girls basketball championship is interesting.
Well, and they have played Dowling. I think that was a final. That's probably been 5 years ago that it was a Dowling Valley final, but Dowling got the best of them that year with Bob and Sharon Hansen. They're gone. Bob and Sharon are gone. Kristen Meyer's the new head coach for Dowling Catholic, and she'll be opposed by Joe Seegers from West Des Moines Valley in the regular season. Valley won that game. It was the only matchup of the two teams this year. It was at Valley. That was the game, Dar, where the outstanding freshman point guard for Dowling Catholic, Caitlin Clark, she had, I think, 3 or 5 points in the first half. Then she popped off for 18 in the third quarter.
And Valley comes in with 2 losses. There are only 2 losses to Centennial, which is not in the tournament.
Correct.
So, and I know it's hard to
well, they lost to Johnston. Indianola.
No, they didn't. Did they play Indianola?
Well, we're going to check.
I'm going to check that out
because I was thinking they did.
I thought it was Centennial twice.
Well, I know they lost by Centennial by 40, a game that we had, that you had. So
let me just check that up right here.
It's in the back of the book. I should have looked that up. Cedar Falls and Iowa City High. Cedar Falls came down and played Indianola on the last game of the regular season. Ames. They lost to Ames in Dowling Catholic, not Johnston. It's Johnston that lost to Indianola early on in the season. All right, now I got it. We're all squared away, everybody. We've got it. Trust me,
This is day 3. We got too many stats in my head, I guess.
We're going all through something. Hey, let's recap yesterday a little bit as we finish off there in 5A. So those games tip off here at 1:30, as it'll be Johnston and Indianola, a game that you can see live and free right here on CISN.TV. Yesterday we started in Class 2A Cascade with what's probably called one of the bigger upsets of the tournament, knocking off Central Decatur. In that game, 59-56. Nicole McDermott, she had 18 points. She took over that game there in the third quarter and just led Cascade, who just locked down Central Decatur, a high-flying offense.
Yeah, and just kept it a 59-56 game there, and it was just one of those great performances you see where somebody shines here at state and they take over, like you said.
And Sioux Center then in the game you had, Sioux Center and Prairie City Monroe was not much of a game, 71-27. 4 players in double figures. Jessica Harold led with 18. Jordan Van Manen added 13. And I don't know how you keep up in a game like that. Yeah,
Sioux Center, the run and gun style, the coach, he subs his players in every 2.5 minutes.
Hockey lines.
Yeah. He's one coach, he told me, what's your philosophy? He said, if you have an open shot and don't shoot it, I'm going to bring you over to the bench because I want 70 shots a game. So they're running and gunning, and not necessarily like the Grinnell style where you're shooting threes. It's any shot, you get down, you get the open shot, and you shoot it. And they got the lead on PCM and just kind of overwhelmed them, and they weren't able to get back into that ball game.
PCM was kind of overmatched in that one. Cherokee comes from behind to knock off Crestwood, 70-61. Pocahontas and Clear Lake. Pokey used to scoring a lot of points. Clear Lake just put the brakes on and just said, we're not going to let Ellie Ruffridge and the Myers run all over them, and just held the ball for minutes at a time before passing it.
Yeah, and how long was it before Ruffridge had her first point?
It was. She didn't get her first points. They were free throws in the second quarter with about 2 minutes to play. She didn't get her first field goal until about 3 minutes left.
Yeah, the state's all-time leading scorer didn't get it. But as the coach pointed out, she got the assist record, and part of the reason she's able to get both the scoring and assist record is she has teammates who can catch and score with the ball, and when she gets it to them, they score, and that's what kept them in that game, kept them right there.
She only had 11. That has to be her lowest point total in possibly her career.
And back to that Cherokee Crestwood game. Cherokee overcame a 15-point deficit, and that's why I sound a little froggy, because that game was wild toward the end there. One of the better games we've seen down here as Cherokee came back and was able to come from that deficit and beat Crestwood in that ball game.
And then Davenport Assumption loses to Center Point Urbana 56-50. Allison Woolridge had 13 and 11 rebounds. Olivia Brecht put in 12 for the Storm Pointers, who move on.
And that was a game that was kind of weird. It was just like nobody really ever got a big run, and nobody really, it was just kind of
got in any flow.
No flow, but it ended up then, Center Point ends up winning in the end, but it was just a weird style of game after you see in a run and gun one or, a slow down, deliberate one that was a little bit, I don't know, it's hard to describe how that game went.
All right, we'll finish. We'll keep going on our pregame show when we step aside for just a moment. When we come back, we'll continue to wrap up yesterday's action and look ahead to the game that's on the court in just a matter of minutes. He's Dar Daniels, and I'm Paul Yeager, back after this on CISN TV.
Putting new touches, anything new we're going to see here today at the girls' tourney?
Well, wait till championship, then we have some things for the winners, but we do have some VIP hospitality on the floor. We're going to have some new in-game things where you might see some contests and some interviews. We surveyed the teams with a questionnaire like what's the thing your coach says all the time, or who imitates, what's your favorite song. So you'll see a lot more of information about the girls and their teams.
A little more of the color pink in there too, huh?
Absolutely, pink and black.
Well, we're a little nervous because we've been making all these preparations. You get nervous when these tournaments start, or do you feel everything's ready to go and here it goes?
I get a little nervous. This is my first one. We had a meeting this morning and we run from 1 year experience to 42 years of experience. So we have some good people that know what they're doing. The facility people are awesome. But just like anything else, if something goes wrong, we'll have to address it. But now we just want to play.
Yep, get it going. Well, thank you, Gene. Gene Berger, the executive director of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union here. We're ready for basketball.
Let's go.
Spring has arrived at the all-new Fireplace Superstore. Drop in and check out all the new 2017 patio furniture. At Fireplace Superstore, you will find Central Iowa's most complete outdoor furniture selection for your deck and patio, including gas and charcoal grills, fire pits, and wicker furniture. Get in on the early spring savings going on now. Fireplace Superstore has been creating your outdoor style for over 35 years. Fireplace Superstore just west of Homeacres on Douglas in Urbandale.
Ask anyone you know, they will tell you the best meat comes from Fairway. We take pride in our meat counter and choose nothing but the best choice beef for our customers. From ribeyes to ribs, chicken to brats, we have them all. From grilling season to crock-pot weather, we have you covered. Fairway, best at choice beef.
It's Truck Month at the all-new Schottenkirk Ford in Indianola. Get $12,000 off select new F-150s and a 5-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. $12,000 off select new F-150s. Or get 0% for 72 months. To bulk up fresh local trades, Schottenkirk Ford is in a position to give you more for your trade. The Schottenkirk Experience, now available in Indianola. The all-new Schottenkirk Ford of Indianola. SchottenkirkFord.com.
Welcome back inside Wells Fargo Arena. Paul Yeager with my broadcast partner for a couple of games today, Jackie Sapp. And Jackie, you have a very busy day, and it's going to start off right now here in Class 4A, Marion and Boone. And kind of fun to be down here, isn't it?
Yes, it is. You know, I always wanted to make it down here as a player. I always wanted to make it down here as a coach. Those two things never happen. but this is the next best thing.
Now, the broadcaster, so we're third in line behind those two for
Yeah,
you?
well, it's later in life. I didn't know this is part of the plan.
That's the way it worked out. Jackie and I have done a couple of games, and when both went to Jessup schools at some point in our lives, maybe a couple of years difference. This is something that whether you're from Jessup, Decorah, Shenandoah, Sioux Center, this is a dream to come and play at the state tournament.
You bet. My first head coaching job was at Crestwood, and when I took over that program, they had not won a game in 2 years, and in 3 years it got turned around due to the players and the commitment. And ever since then, they have thrived, they have been successful, and they've been down here numerous times. So anytime Crestwood shows up, I'm always watching that game, either physically here or yesterday I happened to catch it on CISN. So I know that dream's always there.
And Doug Sickles' crew, I told him after the game, I asked him about the freshman, and he said she's special. And clearly, again, he's got another good group of gals coming through.
Yeah, he does. And you know what's funny is when I was there were 6-on-6. And the AD said, we make a great 5-on-5 program because we were short, we were quick, and he's absolutely right. He called it right back in 1985.
And the Friesens will be back, too. They're only juniors. So today with Crestwood not playing, they're on the brain now, Marion and Boone, you've got the number 1 team in Class 4A. Chloe Rice is just an absolute joy to watch play basketball. She's headed to St. Louis University. She's only a junior, and she's likely only to get better.
Yes, exactly. And I think she's going to a really good program. And the head coach escapes my name. She used to be at Drake as the head coach, who's down at St. Louis. Anyway, and I think they may play their competition may be a little tougher than what Boone faces, on a regular basis.
Well, and, Marion, their one loss came to Linmar, and that was on Rivalry Saturday back on the 7th of January, the event that's held in Cedar Rapids to kind of allow some of these teams to play. Also playing there that day, the Boone Toradors. They also played in that game, or on that day. They were trying, I think when you've got a team, you try to schedule as good a competition as you can to get your team ready to maybe play here on this stage.
Most definitely. When you have foresight of what's coming up, then definitely that's in your plans to schedule, and teams that you normally don't see, because you may see them, as an example here, down in the state tournament. And Boone has been a long time coming. They have been the doormat. They have been in numerous conferences. They were with Ankeny, kind of the old CIML at one time back 20 years ago. So it's really kind of neat to see how they've developed and how they've come about.
Well, and Madeline Danner, Caitlin Shadle, and also Claire Sandvig. It's Sandvig who hit the winning bucket to get him here in the regional final. It was a drive, kick to Sandvig at the last moment. She puts it in and then goes right down to the ground with excitement because it was in, and you can see her warming up now, and she's going to be a big physical presence inside for them all game.
And I didn't realize the history behind her, of the basketball family that she comes from. If I have the right person, and maybe I don't.
She is
Sandvig is part of the Iowa basketball royalty. She is the niece of Hall of Famer 6-on-6 Lynn Lorenzen.
Well, Lynn Lorenzen scored hundreds of points per game when she played at Ventura, and that is her niece. So I guess I did not keep an eye out for Lynn. I guess I should have looked for her. I didn't see her today. Lynn went on to have a very good college career as well. So very good basketball games going on here. So you look at Marion and you look at Boone. We also have another game that you and I will do a little bit later, Johnston and Indianola. What do you think of that one?
Well, I know that Johnston got beaten in overtime the first time they played them. And again, here we go to competition. Indianola used to be in the CIML. Now they're in with Pell, I believe, and Grinnell, that crew. So it'll be interesting. We really don't have any markers to judge or to compare, in terms of like a competition they've played. So I think it'll be a good game. And I think the fact that Johnston got in the finals last year hopefully will play in their favor.
Well, and Indianola, if I go off memory, and I'm not because it's already been off. They did play Johnston earlier, 71-64. Did play Ankeny, but Ankeny just not having quite the same season. Southeast Polk and Urbandale, all of those teams were early. They did play Pella 2 times, played Pella Christian, and then it was Cedar Falls. It was that last game of the regular season that may have solidified their number 1 ranking going in. Well, the pairings were already set at that point. But in some minds, beating Cedar Falls by 10 on your home court kind of sets a tone of we're for real. I mean, McGraw and Grace Berg, Haley Vesey, all 3 very good players.
Well, I remember watching Grace Berg last year, and she was young, but she was good, and I think she's probably only gotten better. And they have a very good coach in Bert Hansen. He was the boys' coach at Indianola, and he, fundamentals, the kids are disciplined. I think all those things are what's made them a great program.
And, Bert has coached 33 years at Indianola, 22 of them with the boys, 11 with the girls. And, Jackie, you're right on this. He took 8 boys teams to state and 4 girls teams to state. His career record, 675 wins. That's second in the tournament to the coach from Trainer. Gail's got over 700. I think those are the 2 leading coaches. They've been at it for a little while, and they know what to expect when they come to state.
Yeah, and that helps to get your kids prepared. That was like Trainer. I think they started off a little slow. I watched a little bit of that game, and then they finally settled in. And when you have a seasoned coach, then you don't have those jitters that maybe somebody's never been here before, and they may display that to their kids.
And that's funny you say that because Andy Pollock, who was sitting in that chair, told the coach after the game, he says, that was a really good game. You did this well, and you had this stat. And she goes, I had no idea. I have no idea how good that game was right now. And he goes, it was almost an instant classic. It was so good. But you just get so wrapped up into each play and trying to think ahead of what to do as the coach. There's a lot to think of when you're sitting in that chair.
There is. That's either the end of your season or it goes on to another game. So, you better be prepared when you get here.
Well, we're getting prepared, and we're going to step aside for just one more break here in the pregame show. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the starting lineups, introduce all of the players, and so they can all get introduced. As the Boone Pep Band entertains the crowd, we'll step away. This is the state basketball tournament. Your fairway starting lineups are coming your way next.
This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here, we don't just dream, we make history.
Boone Pep Band entertains, as many pep bands do here when they come to Wells Fargo Arena, and there is a lot of Boone fans here this morning, Jackie.
Well, when you haven't been here forever and ever and ever, though, I think the whole town closes up.
That's what I think they like, don't they?
Yes, they do.
That's what's fun. That Grinnell last night had a good crowd, and now Boone has a good crowd. Boone this year lost to Grinnell, lost to Dallas Center Grimes, Waverly Shell Rock, Ballard, and Perry. And that Perry loss was a one-pointer.
Yes, it was.
Next to last regular season game before they went into the tournament and knocked off Norwalk and Dallas Center Grimes. So those losses, state tournament team, a regional final team, a regional final team, a regional final team, and Perry.
Yep.
So, Boone's ready to go with Coach Jim McPartland. And this 19 wins are the most in school history as they captured the Raccoon River Conference. In fact, both the boys and the girls teams won the conference, and they were pretty sure. All these Boone people were looking around going, did we do this in the 30s maybe? But they're pretty sure it was the first time in school history.
I bet.
And So coming up here, we'll have starting lineups, and we'll go across the court right now for your Fairway Foods starting lineups.
The Iowa Farm Bureau would like to recognize the outstanding sportsmanship shown by Boone and Marion throughout the season and during this state tournament week. In recognition of the importance of good sportsmanship, each state qualifying school was asked to nominate a spectator who represents the school and community in a sportsmanlike manner. Karen Brown of the Girls Athletic Union will present each nominee with a certificate of recognition and a $250 check payable to their school's scholarship fund. Please join us in honoring these individuals whose decorum and respect for others serves as a model for all spectators attending interscholastic events. From Boone, Eldon and Ann Hutchison. And from Marion, Bob Hoyt. Now let's meet the non-starters for the visiting team on the scoreboard, the Boone Toreadors. Number 14, Ashley Barrett. Number 22, Aaliyah Graham. Number 24, Lauren Calkins. Number 30, Morgan Borsch. Number 34, Allison Swanson. Number 44, Megan Osborne. And the assistant coach for the Toreadors is John Bachman. Now the non-starters for the home team on the scoreboard, the Marion Indians. Number 2, Kenzie Redmond. Number 3, Maddie Knapp. Number 11, Cameron Canoy. Number 12, Sydney Nielsen. Number 22, Sophie Willette. Number 23, Ellie Harold. Number 32, Isabella Sade. And number 33, Miranda Bike. Assistant coaches for the Indians are Pete Messerly, Josh Claypool, and Dave Messerly. Now let's have the starting lineups for both teams. For the Toreadors, number 10, Madeline Danner. For the Indians, number 4, Chloe Rice. For the Toreadors, number 12, Caitlin Shadle. For the Indians, number 5, Caitlin Smith. For the Toreadors, number 20, Emma Rouse. For the Indians, number 10, Randy Wright. For the Toreadors, number 32, Laura Anderson. For the Indians, number 21, Mia Lauby. For the Toreadors, number 40, Claire Sandvig. And for the Indians, number 24, Kaba Lauby. Head coach for the Toreadors is Jim McPartland. Head coach for the Indians is Corby Lauby. Our officials for today's game are Marlon Schoonhoven, Jason Slaughter, and Royce Radinger. The Cam High School Anthem Quartet, under the direction of Mrs. Cindy Nichols, will now sing our national anthem. Please rise and honor our great country.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars does that star-spangled banner yet wave? O'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Now let's play state tournament basketball.
And how about let's live stream some basketball on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Boone and Marion, the 4A quarterfinals, game number 1 of day 3 at the tournament here in Des Moines. Paul Yeager alongside Jackie Sapp. Jackie, let's take a look at some keys to the game. If you're Boone, what do you got to do to win tonight? Or this morning. I guess it's still morning, isn't it?
I would say that you need to slow down Chloe Rice and Kaba Lobby.
Yeah, they're both good players.
Yes.
And if you're Marion, what's it going to take to win? I think have those two score is a pretty obvious one.
Right. I would say Claire Sandvig, and I haven't seen Boone play, but as I was looking at them as they came out, Shayla's pretty small. And I think between the two squads, Marion is probably maybe a little bit bigger.
Well, we're going to find out here as Shadle is number 12, and she is on the far side of your screen there, on right behind Claire Sandvig, who's ready to hoop it up with Randy Wright at midcourt, and we're underway. Boone retains the opening tip, and will go right to left in their road red uniforms with green trim, and Marion, and they're all white with red and yellow trim. The Indians out of the north side of Cedar Rapids, Boone just north of the Des Moines or an Ames area, west of Ames, and it's a turnover early on. Marion will have it.
We're looking at a 1-3-1 zone by Marion, which may be something Boone hasn't seen. It looks like we're running man-to-man by the Toradors.
Sandvig stays in the center, kind of waiting for anybody to come, and 3 Toradors collapse on Mia Lobby. But then Wright takes the shot, won't go, and the rebound is retained by Laura Anderson.
You got a lot of height on the 1-3-1.
And you got just a couple of, I think Boone's just got to get a couple more passes and they'll be into the flow of the game. I think they're having a little bit of early jitters.
And another thing, too, is this is a collegiate-sized court, and players are not used to playing on that. They normally play on a high school, which is a smaller court. So sometimes I think we see more turnovers than we normally would.
Corner 3 on the way for Marion by Mia Lobby. No good. Rebound by Wright. And now cutting is Rice, and she is going to be, that's Caitlin Smith, and she is fouled on her way to the basket. And I think Emma Rouse, the senior, her first foul. Rice with it on the inbounds pass. Now corner 3 is good for Kaba Lobby. That was a sweet shot.
Yes, it was. All net. And that was not a real good foul. Never want to foul out away from the basket like that.
And that's one of your better players, and if you can get her into foul trouble, I don't know if that's the intent. Usually you can't get guards into good foul trouble like that. You usually think of it getting to a post. But
now they've dropped into a 2-3 zone, so they're mixing things up defensively.
Well, they've created 2 turnovers in the first 2 possessions. Why not mix it up even further? Driving, and it's a travel.
You called that one.
Madeline Danner. They at least made 3 passes on that trip down. So
yes,
but again, identifying things is a huge part of this game.
It is. It's we're a minute and a half into the game. It's still getting the cobwebs out. Ooh,
Rice drives, fade away, not quite there. Rebound comes again. Laura Anderson, she's got a couple early on. 3-0, Marion in the lead. Boone still looking for a good shot at the basket. Their 4th trip down the floor finally gets some offensive flow going here. Up top with Anderson.
They're very active on their defense. I'm really impressed with the way they move. And
boy, there were 2 Toradors, and coming down with it is Laura Anderson. Her and Shadle were bouncing bodies there. Right corner 3 on the way. Madeline Danner won't go. Rebound, Chloe Rice. Here come the Indians. 3 extra passes and an NBA 3 in and out, no good. Shadle the rebound, or that's Sandvik. Up ahead for Shadle, and that's too far.
Again, that's where you're not quite sure because of the distance. Need a little more air underneath it.
Marion passing it around the exterior now. Rice steps up to the 3. Short first, and then goes to the backside of the rim and falls. 3 points for Chloe Rice. 6-0 Boone lead, or Marion lead.
Rice is, not only is she good offensively, but she is extremely good defensively, and she's out in front of that zone. So she's exerting a lot more energy maybe than the people in the back. And that's a second foul. Nope, not on her.
Oh, they're going to call it on. I was going to say, that's on Cable Lobby. The freshman is whistled for the foul, but I was thinking for a moment that Chloe
close.
Rice just picked up her second foul, and I think Coach thought the same thing. Early on, the Toreadors have been struggling to get the ball into Sandvik. Laura Anderson's been ready to play, but Sandvik's been bottled up so far. Boy, Marion just jumps to the ball so fast. Drive to the hoop by Rouse is no good. Rebound by Anderson. I think that's her 4th or 5th rebound of the game. She's on fire.
Boone needs to look at the openings. Right now, they're not really very organized out there. The foul line's open.
And just goes under the pass of Danner. Had no chance to get that entry pass. 3 ball on the way, right side for Smith is off the mark. Rebound for the Toreadors and Claire Sandvik. Here comes Boone. Timeout, Boone.
That's probably a good timeout.
Little helter-skelter there for a bit.
Get things organized, calm down.
Forgot to let you know that those starting lineups are brought to you by Fairway Foods. Always shop Fairway's full-service meat counter for the best USDA choice beef, all-natural pork, and chicken. At Fairway, you'll always find farm-fresh produce and all your groceries your family needs at affordable prices. Under 4 minutes to play now. 6-0, early threes by Marion. What are you saying if you're in that huddle?
Keep doing what I'm doing. Don't pick up fouls. Be smart. And if I'm in the other huddle, I'm saying slow down, run your offense. The elbows are open, so they need to hit those and penetrate and dump. Sometimes when they drive, their heads are down. They're not looking at the whole floor.
Look for the one wearing the Boone jersey. That's your teammate. Sounds simple, but sometimes you just got to get that nerves through it, and we see it time and time again with teams that have not been here before. Sandvik tipped it because she thought Anderson was still going to be there, but Anderson had come up for the offside rebound. I'm very impressed with her play early on, Jackie, how she just knows where the basketball is and gets to it.
She's got that basketball IQ.
Hard to teach that, isn't it?
It is hard to teach. Either you have it or you don't.
Nice drive and dish, but no good. Can't convert. Boone gets the turnover and has a chance to get their first points of the game. Shadle back with it to Danner, drives. Danner's going to be blocked by Isabel Sadie.
She needed to use her left hand there.
High inbounds pass will come back to Danner. She'll drive, penetrate, get it to Sandvik, and that's blocked from behind by Chloe Rice. I think she had eyes as big as saucers. She saw an opening there on Sandvik's shot.
Brought the ball a little bit too far back. They look better, though. They look like they're kind of settling in now.
Shadle's got to get it in and does it about the 4 3/4 mark, and she'll have to do it again on the inbounds, but this time it'll be not from their own basket.
Marion's deceptive. I mean, they really defensively, people think zone is, like a lazy person's defense, but you have to have man principles, and they're very active, and so I think sometimes Boone maybe misjudges that.
Danner and Shadle out here on the three-point line extended. 6-0. Boone trying to find some points. On the way, no good is the three-pointer by Shadle, and Boone comes down with the rebound. Laura Anderson. Shadle drives and kicks. Anderson for three. Won't go.
A little too strong.
Keba Lobby the rebound, and the Indians will come down to the right side.
They have a much smaller lineup now with their substitutions.
Maddie Knapp had the basketball. She's entered and stolen away by Shadle. She had no numbers, held it up, then she's just going to drive and score. Have a chance to score with the free throw there. So Rice picks up her second foul at the 2:13 mark.
Probably should have let that one go, but you know, she's a smart player. Just watching her, you can tell that she's got basketball sense. You know, so I think she's a player that you probably can trust. If, you know, you put her back in the second quarter, depending on how the game develops.
She sits now as Shadle hits both free throws. 6-2. Torador's back within 4. Keba Lobby will run the point now. Maddie Knapp on the right wing. Pick and roll, not quite there for Sadie. Driving and kick, three-pointer on the way from the top of the key is in and out, no good for Knapp. Rebound, Boone.
That's two they've had in and out.
Those don't stay out. Wide open underneath was Calkins. Again, it's that court vision you talked about, Jackie.
Now they're in a man. I would think that they would want to try to go inside to Sandvig.
Right side three is going to be short. No way Sandvig could get that rebound. Hit the front side of the iron. Marion up ahead the other way. Points and the foul. Sophie Willett for the two. And with a chance to add it to make it a three-point play.
Fouls on the Toreadors, number 24, Lauren Calkins, her first, team second.
Looking at that play again, and she just took it strong.
They're quick with the lineup they have in. They're a little bit smaller, but they're quick. I just think Boone needs to settle down, and it doesn't look like they have somebody there's a line violation.
Alternating, both, they're going to say Marion was in the lane with Sade.
I really think at this point they haven't really pounded the ball into Sandvig, and I think she has some size.
Emma Rouse with the basketball. Keeps dribbling, driving, kicking. Three on the way. Danner's shot goes long. Marion has it. Under 45 seconds to play, first quarter. 8-2, Marion in control and with the ball. Driving, and it's tipped away. No foul on the first time, but the second time there is contact.
I thought there was more of a foul in the first one.
I did too.
Than the second one, but
Madeline Danner picks up the foul for Boone. So Keba Lobby goes to the line. She averages 14.3 points a game, and she gets her fourth point on that free throw. And misses the second. So the lead is 7 with 30 seconds to play. See if Boone just attacks or holds for one. I don't know if I'm real interested in holding. I want to just get some points.
Right. And you're absolutely right. That's what they need right now. Although the possession is there, so if they score, A little too strong.
Sandvig from way out. 8 seconds, 6 seconds. Driving, shooting, not scoring. Sandvig the rebound, 2 seconds. 1 3-quarter shot won't happen. And that'll end the first quarter with Marion leading 9-2. We've played 8. We've got 8 more to go in this half. When we come back, this is CISN.TV.
Ask anyone you know. They will tell you the best meat comes from Fairway. We take pride in our meat counter and choose nothing but the best choice beef for our customers. From ribeyes to ribs, chicken to brats, we have them all. From grilling season to crock-pot weather, we have you covered. Fairway, best at choice beef.
Hey, it's annual enrollment for most Iowa HealthLink members. If you signed up in April last year, you can change plans or keep things the way they are. Have you heard about it?
Yeah, I'll probably check out all the plans again. I'm thinking about switching. I just want to make some healthy changes this year. Who do you have?
I'm staying with Amerigroup. I get all the regular benefits plus lots of extras. Rewards for getting checkups and free Weight Watchers.
Wow, that sounds great. I'm going with Amerigroup too.
Choose Amerigroup. Call 1-800-338-8366 today.
(9-2) is your score. Marion leading Boone in this Class 4A quarterfinal inside Wells Fargo Arena. I'm Paul Yeager. Jackie Sapp on my left. Sitting courtside for this one. Marion getting good looks at the basket and attacking, but Boone just not getting shots to fall. They've yet to hit a field goal. Only points coming on free throws.
We can only hope they've got the jitters out now.
Yeah, a couple early possessions that didn't go well. And you just got to maintain those runs and keep them in check. You just can't get yourself get down too far. Boone running that 3-person weave offense there. Anderson's working for it, and she's going to be tied up, and Boone's going to keep the basketball. Tell you what, Laura Anderson's been impressive in this game so far.
Yes, she has.
A lot of attention going to Sandvig for her size and her scoring ability, but Anderson seems to be doing everything for this team right now, and just kind of she's got to pull the rest of her teammates along.
Oh, nice.
Shadle under the basket, won't go. And then she almost gets her own rebound, but Marion clears it. NBA three's way short and fouled on the shot. Emma Rouse is going to be whistled, and we're going to shoot 3 of them. So Maddie Knapp, the sophomore.
And Rouse has 2 now, so. Free throws are so important. There were games yesterday that were close that you don't think about the free throw that you missed in the first quarter, the second quarter, and how at the end of a game that can impact possibly the outcome.
And 0 for 2 on 3 free ones right here.
Rouse is going out now, probably to sit for the rest of the quarter because of fouls.
And the third free throw falls for Knapp. Limited scoring in that first quarter.
That doesn't surprise me just for the fact that, oh, that was a nice
What
move.
a move by Shadle, but she just couldn't convert. So she's feeling a little frustrated about not getting anything to fall so far, but eventually it will fall. That's not a play she made in the first quarter, Jackie. She didn't drive.
No, she did not at all. Of course,
step back jumper is good. That's pretty from Mia Lobby. Lead is 10.
See, I'm kind of surprised that Marion's playing a man-to-man because zone really affected Boone in terms of what they were doing on the floor.
Graham is trying to drive for Boone, and then she's tied up and stolen away. Caitlin Smith does the dirty job there. Knapp now with it, and Marion will move it. Now Marion, you got to remember, they don't have Chloe Rice on the floor right now, and there's going to be an illegal screen called against Marion. Mia Lobby picks up the foul.
You know, I haven't seen too many teams that screened them. You know, I haven't seen all the games, but I'm impressed with Marion, the fact that they use their tall girl, their big girl, to screen, and so screening off the ball has helped open some people and also on the ball screens.
Boone driving and then kicking, wide open three, won't go. Sandvik tries to tip that. If you can't grab it, tip it to a friend. Marion, great ball movement, left to right and 3 quick passes, but the 3 won't go. And the rebound's taken by Rouse. So Sandvik with it, way away from the basket. She's already launched 1 3. Sometimes those tall girls will do it.
You don't expect it, and then it goes in.
Well, we'll see it later today with Taryn Knuth. She likes to shoot the 3.
You know, Anderson's doing a nice job posting up, and they just start getting the ball to her. And it appears that Sandvik is more, she's not their go-to player. She's more just like the distributor, and then is in there for rebounds.
Well, Sandvik on the season is averaging 15.5. She is their leading scorer, but you would expect someone sometimes if you have that big of an advantage to maybe score more.
Yes,
I mean,
definitely. She's only shot once, I think, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Was that 3?
The 3 and maybe 1. Oh, she had it blocked by Rice. That's
right,
one.
That's right.
Danner hits a pair to keep him in it.
They brought Rice back in, and there's 4 minutes and about a half left in the quarter.
Stolen away. Shadle gets a hand on it. She's going to go in, and she's going to get one, and that is a way to start the engine for Boone. That was all Caitlin Shadle.
That was a nice anticipation in the passing lane and went hard to the basket. She's averaging 11 points.
For Mid-American Energy, putting power in your hands means helping keep families safe. To learn more, visit midamericanenergy.com. Shadle connects on the free throw. She now has 5, but more importantly, she's got her first field goal, as do the Toradors. The lead is now 5, closest they've been since the first quarter. 4 1/4 left to play here in the half. Marion with the basketball, going around the outside edge with a smaller lineup in. Boone feels energized, as does their crowd. Driving in under, kicking back out up to the top. Sophie Willette is not going to convert on that drive, and I got to give Anderson credit for altering the shot. Driving is Boone up ahead the other way, laying it in, and good is Madeline Danner.
That's all it takes. Get a little confidence, and you think you can, play right with them.
Madeline Danner with 4, and there's a travel turnover for Marion. How long can you leave Chloe Rice on the bench? She is back on the floor, but when she's not in the flow, she's going to have to get this team moving. She'll calm them down.
I'll be interested to see. Looks like they're still playing. They're still playing man. That zone really bothered Boone the first quarter. Oh, here we go. We're back to zone. 1-3-1.
And Boone way out now on the outside, and Rice has to. That's a risky gamble.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm surprised he's putting her at the point.
2 moves, pass to Shadle, 3, won't go. She felt confident enough to launch. Rice the rebound. She's going to drive, scoop it up, and get one. Chloe Rice, what a big-time move.
You can see it in her eyes. She's a competitor. Go at the basket.
Good. So Sandvig, I think, was whistled on that if we look at the replay. Free throw is good for Rice. She now has 6. Her team has 15. Boone has 9. Boone in the corner, somehow getting it back.
You know, when teams play zones, offenses have a tendency to stand. You even watch collegiate games, and it just amazes me that people don't move off the ball because you have a better opportunity to see where the openings are on the floor. So as
Shadle drives in. She's not intimidated.
No, she's not. Nice pass.
Just the rebound, or the layup didn't go for Willette, and Boone gets it back.
There we go. Now we've got some cutting. And
then you got Rice almost
that was
stealing
close.
it. And it should be Marion ball. No. Right in front of the Marion bench. I kind of was in agreement there with Coach Lobby. He has a better view than I do, but he also has a vested interest more than I do.
Does. And sometimes as a coach, you only see what you want to see.
What? Since when?
Been there, done that.
How could you not see it that way, Stripes? Or Sir, however you referred to him.
Sir. Always
yeah,
Sir.
You can't call him Stripes. That ends it quickly. Shadle for 3, won't go. Sandvik tipped it, but I think she tipped it off her own player. She tipped it off of Anderson.
I had a view of the stripe, so I didn't get to see that play.
Marion with the ball, approaching 2 minutes left in the half. Up by 6. Low scoring, but definitely a lot of, not for a lack of trying by both of these teams. I think they're just two good defensive teams. Timeout, Marion. We'll step away. This is the state tournament in Des Moines.
I'm an environmentalist working hard to protect Iowa's natural resources.
I'm an employer committed to providing a safe workplace for Iowans.
I'm a farmer consistently producing quality products for consumers worldwide.
I'm an animal welfare advocate, protecting and promoting animal well-being in everything I do.
We're Iowa hog farmers, and we care.
And we care.
Welcome back inside Wells Fargo Arena. Paul Yeager, Jackie Sapp, and from focusing on food safety to promoting animal care, protecting Iowa's natural resources to enhancing the quality of life in their communities, Iowa pig farmers are doing it right. To learn more, visit iowapork.org. Marion took the timeout and has the basketball. Chloe Rice playing with 2 fouls. Sets up the 3. Nice look.
That was a great screen, double screen she ran off of.
KB Lobby. And that 3 was impressive. Back to a 9, and then nearly gets the steal. Still in that 1-3-1. Driving it, kicking it. Still moving it are the Toradors around the outside. Danner has it go off her foot and picked up by Kaba Lobby. Leaving it for 3 for Smith. That's off the mark. And trying to save it was Isabella Sade. And Sade, a pretty athletic gal, going to University of Nebraska, Omaha to play volleyball.
You know, there's quite a few players that are scholarship bound in other sports.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. That says a lot for our talent pool.
And there's a lot of girls playing volleyball. I mean, volleyball is one of those sports that just gets some incredible athletes now.
Well, I think club volleyball has really helped the sport.
Shadle into the lane. Too strong. Rebound, and that's going to be a foul on Sandvig. She kind of got out of position there, and that's her second foul.
I would think she would come out. Yes, she is. And I would think that probably Marion's going to wait for the last shot with 35 seconds left.
They're pretty slow and walking it up right now, as we're under 30 seconds. But no sitting on it there. Driving in is Mia Lobby.
I'm sure maybe that's not the shot the coach wanted, but the foul, it's like one of those deals, no, and then they they get fouled. It's like, oh, that's okay, that's okay.
Free throw is good. Always shop Fairway's full-service meat counter for the best USDA choice beef, all-natural pork and chicken. To learn more, visit fairway.com.
Marion's used 9 players, which definitely helps on the fatigue factor.
The lead is 10. I mean, it goes back to your opening comments, really, Jackie. The court is longer. The trips down the floor add up. If you're wearing your pedometer, Shadle drives and she's fouled. And maybe that's what she's just going to keep doing. Just be aggressive. Something falls, great. If not, I'll just shoot free throws as long as you let me, as the foul is going to be charged to Isabel Sade.
I'd like to see Shadle and Rice one-on-one because they both have it in their eyes. They're competitors. And they take the ball to the basket.
Free throw is good for Shadle. Well, last night we were hoping for a little better matchup between North Scott and Nevada, the two guards there, Abby Stevenson for Nevada and Carly Rucker, but man, Rucker got the best of Stevenson and the entire Nevada team as Shadle hits the second free throw. She now has 7. And that'll end the half. So if those free throws keep you in the ball game, you'll take them. They cut the lead to 8, so going in 8 is a whole lot different than going in 10.
It is, and I'm surprised that they're only down 8. I thought it might be more.
Well, they keep it close as Shadle hits the 2 free throws. 19-11 is your halftime score. Chloe Rice with 6 points for Marion, 6 for Cable Lobby, 1 for Maddie Knapp, 2 for Sophie Willette. For the Toradors, it's Caitlin Shadle with 7, and 5 of those 7 have come from the free throw line. She's only gotten 1 field goal to go, and Madeline Danner has only gotten 1 field goal and then 2 points, and she has 4. So those are the only 11 points that Boone has.
I'm sure they didn't think the score would be 11-19 at the end of the half. Maybe at the end of the first quarter.
Maybe.
But,
Yep, so, all right, well, we'll step away and come back and break down the first half a little bit more and keep talking about the rest of the games today. This is the state basketball tournament in Des Moines.
Spring has arrived at the all-new Fireplace Superstore. Drop in and check out all the new 2017 patio furniture. At Fireplace Superstore, you will find Central Iowa's most complete outdoor furniture selection for your deck and patio, including gas and charcoal grills, fire pits, and wicker furniture. Get in on the early spring savings going on now. Fireplace Superstore has been creating your outdoor style for over 35 years. Fireplace Superstore just west of Homemakers on Douglas in Urbandale.
Ask anyone you know, they will tell you the best meat comes from Fairway. We take pride in our meat counter and choose nothing but the best choice beef for our customers. From ribeyes to ribs, chicken to brats, we have them all. From grilling season to crock-pot weather, we have you covered. Fairway, best at choice beef.
It's Truck Month at the all-new Schottenkirk Ford in Indianola. Get $12,000 off select new F-150s and a 5-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. $12,000 off select new F-150s. Or get 0% for 72 months. To bulk up fresh local trades, Schottenkirk Ford is in a position to give you more for your trade. The Schottenkirk Experience, now available in Indianola. The all-new Schottenkirk Ford of Indianola. SchottenkirkFord.com.
Welcome back inside Rockin' Wells Fargo Arena as the two dance teams, Davenport Assumption on the floor right now. Paul Yeager and Jackie Sapp here at halftime in the Class 4A quarterfinal. Marion leads Boone 19-11. Not the greatest shooting performance by either team, but I got to give a lot of credit. Okay, some of the credit to the defense, some of it maybe nerves early on.
I would agree with both those comments. I'm kind of surprised because Marion being the top-ranked team in the state, I would have expected more of an offensive punch than what I'm seeing. You know, again, when you get down here, you know, it's different. It's just, you know, the atmosphere is different, the court's different. You know, and both teams are taking a lot of threes, and I'm not really a person that lives and dies by threes. I mean, I think you got to establish that you can take the ball to the basket first and then go from there.
Well, Caitlin Shadle's trying to take it to the basket as best she can for Boone, and she has most of her points have come via the free throw. But this is just the first game of the day. We have another 4A game coming up, but then Jackie and I will be back at 1:30 for Indianola and Johnston. Well, there's a look at your 4A bracket. Marion and Boone on the top side. And Pella and Council Bluffs Lewis Central are next. North Scott has already moved on, and Cedar Rapids Xavier has already advanced. So that's a look at your 4A. And then as we get ready for 5A, Jackie, Johnston 19-4, the number 8 ranked team in 5A against the number 1 ranked team, Indianola 23-0. We've talked about the game a little bit, and also City High and Cedar Falls, then Iowa City West and Waukee, and Valley and Dowling coming up later. I guess I won't pin you down on that first game, but which game are you looking forward to most in 5A today? Do I have to ask?
I'd say the first game.
Yeah, I bet you did.
I have a little invested interest in it.
Just for a full disclosure, Jackie teaches at Johnston but has not coached at Johnston.
I just did my very first year, which is 99, but
Yes.
I haven't coached there. I've coached like at Perry and Carlisle and some of the other schools around. But,
You're familiar with the team. You've done a couple of Johnston games with us on CISN.TV. And, you know, Indianola, we talked about Grace Berg and we talked about McGraw, two very good players. It's a great combination, and it's not like a post player guard. They're just two good wing players.
Yes, they are. Yes. You know, I was thinking about the games that we did. They were close games, and the first game that I saw, Ankeny Centennial. That was an overtime game, and Johnston won that one. They were on the short end against Dowling and Waukee. So I'm just wondering if, you know, and even to get to state, and I was at that game. In which some people don't know that Taryn Knuth was out for about a half of the third quarter because she got hit in the mouth and was bleeding and that stuff. So, you know, who knows how that would have played out. On the other hand, Indianola is very well coached. They have a veteran coach who did it in the boys game, and I'm really happy for him that he's turned that around in the girls game.
Well, and Taryn Knuth going to go to Florida State to play volleyball, but she is a heck of a basketball player.
She is. She's and I didn't know this. She was going to play basketball up to her sophomore year, and then she decided to go volleyball. She just told me that here a couple weeks ago, and I was kind of surprised. But, you know, I think she probably enjoys the game more because she doesn't have that pressure.
Yeah.
You know, that's not her primary sport. It's volleyball, which, you know, for anybody that's ever played sports, and if it's your primary sport, you put more pressure on yourself because obviously you want to perform well. So I did say to her, you know, have fun, enjoy the game, but kick butt.
Well, and Indianola is going to give them all they can handle today in that contest. That'll be after the next game, which is at 11:45. Then we're back at 1:30. Then Cedar Falls and City High, Dowling and Valley, that's at 5. And then at 6:45, Iowa City West and Waukee. Of those games, you've got the Jones sisters for City High. I hear nothing but good things. I've not seen City High this year. I've only seen Cedar Falls on television. And I've seen Iowa City West play Pella earlier on in the year. I think that Iowa City West Waukee game is going to be interesting. Two athletic squads. I think the height advantage, Chris Guest doesn't have the big presence inside this year for Waukee. They're going to have to just run, and if both teams run in that Waukee West game, whew,
Yeah, it'll be an up and down horse race. But Waukee, he figures it out. He got those kids to play well against Johnston, and they took care of, Tarrant Canute. So, what you think or what you write down on paper sometimes doesn't always transpire what happens out here on the floor. But I do think, here's another thing too. Waukee's a metro school. Iowa City has to travel down here. Cedar Falls travel. I mean, I think that does make a difference, on your kids being ready and how they approach the game.
And the time of day.
Yes.
The 5As don't have to play in the morning. They're always playing in the afternoon or evening.
Right.
And this year, no different, the way the brackets are set up. But if you're a Marion or Boone, you don't play many games at 10 o'clock in the morning.
No.
Now, the coaches will tell you, oh, well, they're in school at that time. Well, they're also teenagers. You teach
Right.
teenagers. How attentive are they at 8 a.m.?
They're not at all. Speaking of the brackets, when you said that, I thought it was really wacky this year how the travel that teams did in the regional finals. Davenport North, and they had a very, very good team. Oh my word, their guards are just unbelievable. And I know my very last high school coaching game that I was in was in the regional finals, and I was coaching at Lamar's, and we had to travel 2 hours to Council Bluffs, and it made a difference in our kids. So for whatever rhyme or reason we're doing those things,
That's the way it goes.
Yep, that does. You're right there.
All right, well, you're going to look at some of those first half highlights that you were just showing right there that we're talking on top of us. Our apologies for not telling you, but we did already kind of talk about them a little bit. You saw Caitlin Shadle. She has 7 for Boone. Kaba Lobby has 6 for Marion. Chloe Rice has 6 for the Indians. And then the rest of the scoring's kind of mixed around. Marion will get the basketball to start the second half. If you're Boone, I think you got to keep trying to create, right? You're just because the shots aren't falling.
But I think you got to go away from the three. You need to get back in the game, and threes, one and dones aren't going to help you.
Let's play half number 2. Marion in white, Boone in red. The Toradors off of Highway 30. Oh, nice pass. Crete and dish, and then the miss. Randy Wright was so wide open, she's going to smile about that missed opportunity for a while.
I mean, she probably have dreams about it.
And then be frustrated the rest of the game. So Boone gets it back.
And we're in a zone.
And kicked away by, is that Smith? Yeah, Caitlin got her foot into it.
It almost looks like they're trying to force sideline and trap the first pass.
Rice is athletic, and she'll, even trying to pass over the top of that is not easy.
Those long arms, and she gets out in that passing lane.
Boy, she was smelling blood right there when Rouse pulled up the basketball.
She's just got to watch she doesn't pick up a third foul here early in the third quarter.
Shadle drives, gets the right-hand floater to go.
What a shot.
That thing just about went out before it went down. Shadle for 2 more. She's got 9. And a nice 3-point basket on the other way. Kaba Lobby, boy, if she gets going, look out.
See, I don't know if Boone doesn't recognize that they got the middle of the floor wide open. There we go. Now they're seeing it.
And Shadle drives, and she'll go back to the line again. Who'd they blow that one on, the whistle?
Fouls on the Indians, number 21, Mia Lobby.
Okay. Mia Lobby. Hey, basketball fans, save your money when you are in Greater Des Moines. The Catch Des Moines Fun Pass features deals and discounts at places like Fong's Pizza, the Science Center of Iowa, and NB2 Raceway. First free throw from Caitlin Shadle is good. She now has 10 to lead the Toradors.
I'd be curious if they would, once in a while, just throw in a full court press on a made free throw. I'm sure that's not going to happen, but.
Back to within 7. Smallest margin of the half. Smith. Randy Wright thought about it. Will now just drive on Sandvig and get the bucket and the foul. And that is 3 on Claire Sandvig. That was a nice move. Wright thought about the 3.
I think Marion's a little bit quicker than Boone. They probably could penetrate all morning long and score off of them.
For over 100 years, expertise and experience have made Lincoln Savings Bank the bank of choice for thousands of Iowans. Join with Lincoln Savings Bank as your lifelong financial partner. Free throw good for Randy Wright. And some full court pressure coming from Marion.
And they're back into a man.
Just the switching and being able to recognize the change in defense and trying to get the shot to fall is Danner, but she'll get a chance to shoot two. She's fouled in the act of shooting. Cable Lobby is
You know, when you compare the boys' game to the girls' game, like on that shot there, she went away from the contact. And guys can get away with that because of their strength. But I think sometimes females, they need to go into the contact and become stronger. And I think that shot might have fallen had she gone into the contact. And again, some players just don't like contact, so it depends on the individual.
Alters your shot in which way. Danner now with 6. Boone back within 8. Creating and getting fouled and going down to the ground in a hurry is Lobby. That's Kaba. And, you know, you talk about experience on a team. This is a very young Marion team. Rice is a junior. Smith's a junior. Kaba's just a freshman. Mia is a junior.
They'll be back. They'll be back. They play well together. They share the ball. You know, they play as defensively. They play extremely well together.
Rebound for the Torters on the miss, and then a foul on Randy Wright. So now Boone gets it. Marion's got some fouls in just a couple of spots. They're starting to add up. But Boone has a big one with Sandvig on the bench with 3 here in the third quarter. We're at the 5:45 mark. Boone gets it back. Madeline Danner. Graham with it on the right wing now. Waits for Shadle to come back. The pass and cut.
And you can see that Marion's really forcing Boone. I mean, they're way out above the three-point. They're almost at the what is it, the college three-point line?
The NBA line here, yeah, the red line. Driving and trying to create is Danner, and she's fouled. That'll be a non-shooting foul. Randy Wright is whistled for the foul. And that's her second. And she'll go sit down. And Sandvig will come back in at the next whistle. Inside Shadle, and one! She got right in behind that defense, Jackie. She's someone who knows where the hoop is.
Yeah, she does. She's got to have 16 of those 19 points. What does she have?
She has 12.
Well, that was close.
She'll shoot more free throws. And missed it. Rebound Sandvig. Jump ball. It'll go the way of Marion. What would you say? Marshalltown's the midway point between Marion and Boone on Highway 30?
Probably, yeah. Because Marion's just right outside of Cedar Rapids.
Just on the north side. Nice pass inside. Lobby. Won't go. That was a great interior pass from Rice. Yeah, Marion plays, Marion plays a lot of that. They're in the WAMAC now. Yep, so they're playing Clear Creek, Amana, and South Tama, and Vinton-Shellsburg, Clear Creek, Amana, Beckman.
Back in the day when you were in school, those were really small, schools that weren't, wouldn't have played a Marion. And that's just like the North Scott and the Nevada. Nevada was a 3A, and North Scott used to be a 5A, so that's just how things have changed in our state in terms of numbers.
Well, and North Scott still, is a steady district growing on the north side of Davenport. Nice move, Shadle to the hole. She's high off the glass for 2 more. Now 14.
And they're within 6.
Three-pointer from the NBA, no good. Rebound, Shadle. She's going to not care about the numbers. Go up for the right-handed layup. There are 2 more. Shadle on a 6-0 run on herself. Timeout, Marion. We'll step away and watching Shadle on that layup when we come back. This is CISN.
Honesty, integrity, hard work, discipline.
Hi, I'm Greg Schottenkirk, and for over 50 years, our dealerships have been built on these principles.
I'm Doug DeArmond, managing partner. For the last 12 years, we've shown Waukee a new way of doing business.
And now we're going to show Ford buyers in Indianola the same way.
Introducing the all-new Schottenkirk Ford in Indianola. Schottenkirk Ford of Indianola. Now 2 stores.
All right, the Boone band playing. Shadle she makes the steal, and then I have no doubt in my mind she was planning to shoot that the whole time, no matter what the numbers were.
My thought was time, score, and situation. Marion came down and put up a 3, and they were only up by 6. And I think kids have to think that in those terms. When it's this close, is time, score, and situation. You want the highest percentage shot that you can get.
Hard to argue with a layup.
Right, exactly. And they can handle the ball. I mean, they're very capable of handling the ball.
Marion now. Timeout. Calm them down. Number 1 team in Class 4A. Chloe Rice drives and deals. Now Smith. Same thing. Nice move to the rack. Good bucket, Sophie Willette.
They ate some time up. They got a good shot.
Leads back to 6. Ends a 6-0 run by the Toreadors. Danner drives left. Shadle wanted it to go right. Now Shadle will take the handle. Inside Sandvig. Turnaround shot. Goes for Claire Sandvig. Where's that been? Her first 2.
I don't know. That's the first inside pass they've made to her.
The lead is 4. Nearly stolen away by Laura Anderson. But Marion will have to inbound it. Coming back into the game, Maddie Knapp. Marion got here with a win over Keokuk in the regional final, 46-39. Also down Mount Pleasant. Right now they've got Boone giving them all they can handle here at the state tournament. Diving for the ball is Madeline Danner, but it goes off of her hands. It'll stay Marion basketball. Sophia Willette will inbound it, and she just traveled twice. She moved her feet. I'm oversensitive. 3-pointer on the way. Chloe Rice, no good. Rebound. Great job coming back inside. And that's going to be a foul on Boone, and if that's Sandvig, that's 4.
It is.
It is on Claire Sandvig. And there's still 3:07 to play in the third quarter. For Mid-American Energy, putting power in your hands means helping keep families safe. To learn more, visit midamericanenergy.com. Huge.
And really,
after she just got into the flow of the offense.
It really was not a very smart foul.
Is that one of those ones as a coach you kind of go crazy? 3-point on the way is good! What a shot, Kaba Lobby! Wow, launched that one. And just like that, the lead is 7.
Those threes make a difference in the game.
Well, there was a little different defense on Shadle. She's driving, and instead of trying to keep up with her, they just reach in and try to knock the ball loose, and that's exactly what Knapp did right there. 4.5, 5. Turnover, Boone.
Those are the kind that just break your back.
Nobody was moving to the basket.
No, not hard cuts.
The first cut didn't happen. Now Rice with it. Lobby. Drives. Dishes. And off the feet of Sophia Willett. And another turnover.
Jensen's wide open, and she's got a size advantage on her player.
Shadle, who's got 17 of Boone's points, gets now an assist to Laura Anderson. And again, back to 5. Cable Lobby has 15 points, trying to get her in the flow. Same with Rice, and it's going to be, that's going to be a charge.
Is that, I thought, I couldn't,
I'm listening to the crowd because I couldn't see the referee either. Let's watch the replay again here, Jackie. Rice drives, and
it was half and half.
I don't know. Laura Anderson looked like she might have been moving just a tiny bit. Third foul on Rice. She'll sit for a bit, right?
Yeah. Yes, she will. Hey, you got 3 officials out there, so.
No, she's still on the floor, but they're going to move her down to the corner. I looked on the bench, and she wasn't sitting there. So Boone with 90 seconds left in the third quarter. The runner, left hand of the lane, got it! Emma Rouse! You can't keep the Toradors down for long. They're back and within 3. Closest they've been since the first quarter when they were down 3-0. Marion responds. Sade gets the catch and put back in. Great play. Now Boone pushes it back up the floor. A minute left to go in the third quarter. Boone with the ball, down 4. Shadle, nice move, gives it blocked by Sade. Now that's the volleyball star.
Yeah, well, you can see that. You can definitely see that.
Got a hand in it. Let's hope we can see that one again. Right there underneath the basket. Inside left hand jumper shot will go. The rebound putback just won't fall.
Wow, that would have been a big one.
That would have been big for Calkins if she could have got it to go, but she'll get a chance now with free throws. From focusing on food safety to promoting animal care, protecting Iowa's natural resources to enhancing the quality of life in their communities, Iowa's pig farmers are doing it right. To learn more, visit iowapork.org. Got to make free throws.
Yeah, they're big. They're big.
Hawken at the line. Gets the second one.
They just need to play. Boone needs to play good defense here because they get the ball to start the fourth quarter.
Rice drives.
Yes.
And then she's fouled by Anderson before the shot, or during the shot, but did everything she could before she got into her shot. Gave really Rice no chance to put it in. So make Rice earn it. She does the first. Chloe Rice makes it look easy. Well under her 15 points a game. She now just has 7. But good players can't be kept down for long.
No.
Even with 3 fouls. Second free throw is good, Chloe Rice. And the lead's back to 6. Harold comes in. Rice sits down for the last 30 seconds. Probably a pretty good call just to keep her from getting that fourth. Give her just an extended break with the quarter break coming up.
Well,
Boone.
I would say Boone needs to try to get it a shot because they're going to get the ball to start the fourth quarter. Good rebound.
Anderson chases down the loose one. 13 seconds to go. Boone trying to hold it for 1. I wouldn't hold it very long. Shadle, 6 seconds. 5. She's going to drive, convert. The deuce for 2. 1. That'll end the quarter. Caitlin Shadle, wow, 19 points. She started slow but exploded in that third quarter. Wow. The fourth when we come back. This is the state tournament from CISN.TV.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury, whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
36-32. That was a big 21-point quarter for Boone, Jackie.
And we got a ball game now.
21-15, the Toradors outscore the Indians. Number one, feeling some heat.
And we're back into a zone because Boone really has a hard time with the zone.
But it's Rice still on the front. Shadle not able to drive as easy on that zone. She'll shoot it if she has to, but... And Sandvik still on the bench with 4 fouls. I'm guessing she'll sit there for another couple of minutes.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. And actually, they've been doing all right without her on the floor. I mean...
And she's also going to be rested.
Exactly.
And I think sometimes when she has to play, she can get a little winded. Stolen away by the Indians. Up ahead, Cable Lobby to Rice. And Shadle prevents the easy two to make Rice earn it. Shadle picks up the foul. And that's her second. And it will not be, or it will be a shooting foul, but not in the 1-and-1 yet. We'll have that at the next foul by Boone. Rice hits it. And Rice will go again. And miss. Anderson the rebound.
That's surprising.
Yeah. I meant to look at rebounds for Anderson. She's got 9, now 10. She's had a good night underneath the boards. Under 7 to play. Anderson slips behind. Back out Rouse. Danner pulls. Watch out for Calkins. She was open underneath. She kind of slipped in between. Timeout, Boone.
That's a good timeout.
Want to let you know that you can always shop Fairway's full-service meat counter for the best USDA choice beef, all-natural pork, and chicken. To learn more, visit fairway.com. Jackie Sapp, Paul Yeager here courtside at Class 4A quarterfinal. And you look at turnovers, Boone has 10, Marion has 8 at this point. Boone has not led. The largest lead Marion's had has been 10 back in the second quarter. Cable Lobby with 15 for the Indians, but Caitlin Shadle with 19 for the Toradors. Really a big difference there in the third quarter.
Yeah. And you wonder if Boone would have gotten a better start. I mean, they started out slow. They just, things didn't fall for them. They had some shots that were in and out.
Including Shadle's.
Yes.
She had 11 points in that third quarter. Boone out of the timeout, trying to readjust their strategy, getting stuck, and yeah, Chloe Rice, loose ball on the ground. Jump ball, and it'll go back to Marion. I don't know, was Rice trying to say timeout?
Yeah, she was. No, it was actually Willett.
Okay, one of them was on her back.
Yelling timeout,
had the ball,
timeout.
yelling timeout, but they granted the jump ball. Marion gets the basketball anyway. Marion with it, driving, nice move. In and out, won't go. For Graham, or for
Willett.
Now under 6. Rouse way out, being pestered by Rice. Danner.
Boone's got to attack.
And that's probably what Marion wants them to do. They're running clock on their own. Cross-court pass Shadle. 3. She pulls the trigger. Just missed. Anderson, the board, the putback, the foul. Underneath, and I think it's going to be charged to Willett.
That was a good rebound. Good outside rebound.
Willett, the first foul. Laura Anderson will shoot the 2 free throws. Hey, basketball fans, save money while in Greater Des Moines. The Catch Des Moines Fun Pass features deals and discounts at places like Fong's Pizza, the Science Center of Iowa, and NV2 Raceway. Will one of these teams be in the finals on Saturday? That airs at 6 o'clock on Iowa Public Television. Commercial free the entire game. Stream it on the web at iptv.org. Marion up 5. Both free throws were off the mark for Boone. That's going to be a foul way out for Anderson. She sends Smith to the floor. We'll do 1 and 1.
Looks like Sandvik's coming back in.
So Laura Anderson has 3 now. Can't really take Anderson out right now, but even maybe a 30-second breather for her with Sandvik back in. Smith converts on the first. Caitlin. Boone shooting 32% from the field. Marion 36%. But the free throws are where the money's at right now. Boone at 75% clip. Marion only at 58, but that'll improve with those 2 free throw makes by Smith. The lead is back to 7.
They've got to attack the basket. They got 4:50 left.
Sandvik's not even looking. She was looking for a cut. Sandvik gets the basketball back.
Sandvik doesn't look real comfortable out away from the basket. She looks more at home underneath.
Great defense by Marion. Boone not even close to an open look anywhere. And that pass is forced, and it's a turnover. Up ahead, Smith. She traveled. Yeah, the referee, he saw what I saw. The referee right in front, though, didn't see the same thing.
Well, I think the angle. See,
Yeah.
he was behind the play, so he had a better look at it.
I
But
think
I was impressed that you do that. It was like great. I thought, geez, we got another official out there.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
You're smarter than that, right?
Yeah. We need officials. We don't need me as an official. Boone has a chance to cut into this lead, but they just can't get a good look at the basket. Indians, look at where they're coming, Jackie. They are just in the shirt, in the jersey.
They're way out.
Oh, I thought Shadle was going to pull the trigger there. She drives.
They almost need to clear out a side and just let her go one-on-one.
Oh, now that's a thought.
You know, just let her go because she's scoring.
Nialabi gets called for the foul. And Shadle will go to the line. Shadle had 11 in the third quarter. She's got 19 overall. She has yet to score in the fourth quarter. Sandvik the rebound. Never left her feet, just couldn't grab it. Missed opportunity for Boone there. They've missed 3 free throws here in the fourth quarter. Trailing 7, you can't give away points.
Looks like Marion's going to take the air out of the ball.
Well, Boone's done it for him the last couple of times down the court on the offensive side. Randy Wright drives, won't go. Loose ball. Somehow, Caitlin Smith comes out with it. Shoots the J. Won't go. Anderson goes for the board, and she's fouled. And we're going to walk the length of the court and shoot some more.
I'm sure those 2 shots that Marion took, the coach probably didn't want either one of them.
And we have a timeout on the floor. We'll step away for just a moment. 2:57 to play here in this Class 4A quarterfinal.
It's annual enrollment for most Iowa HealthLink members. If you signed up in April last year, you can change plans or keep things the way they are. Have you heard about it?
Yeah, I'll probably check out all the plans again. I'm thinking about switching. I just want to make some healthy changes this year. Who do you have?
I'm staying with AmeriGroup. I get all the regular benefits plus lots of extras. Rewards for getting checkups and free Weight Watchers.
Wow, that sounds great. I'm going with AmeriGroup too.
Choose AmeriGroup. Call 1-800-338-8366 today.
Hey, it's...
Boone fans are dancing. Marion fans are dancing. Boone, they got a good crowd all the way back in the student section to the top, and then behind us, the 2-3 sections, and we're starting to see some Lewis Central blue and Pella green getting in position for their turn, coming up at 11:45. The first 2 days, we had a lot of games that ended early. This one, not going to happen. You're getting your money's worth.
Exactly.
You know what they say, Jackie? They sell you the whole seat, but you're only going to need the edge for this one.
I think you're right there.
I'd like to say hello to those folks watching along the internet on CentralIowaSportsNetwork.com, CISN.TV. First free throw is good to Laura Anderson. Want to say hello to your dad who's watching. Let's hope. I hope he's not grading me on this.
Well, you know, he took a team to state here.
Did he really?
Yep, 1957. He's even in the books. I saw his name.
What team was that?
It was Huxley girls.
And as a coach.
Yep.
So that's where your basketball came from?
I believe so. I spent lots of time in a gym when I was younger.
and as you got out of school, you stayed in the gym.
Exactly. And Sundays, go up there and shoot all the time. After church, of course.
Right. You have to spend the morning. There are some things that are sacred.
Right, exactly.
Chloe Rice with the basketball, 2:24. Marion in control and with the ball up 6. And they're just running good passing drill after passing drill. Oh, nice cut and shot right. Sandvik get her?
I don't. It depends.
Nope, 20, not 40.
You know, Rice does a nice job of controlling the offense and passing and seeing open players. She's kind of the unsung hero. I mean, really, she's had a silent role, but she's done a lot of great things.
Free throw is missed. Boone has life. The drive, not there. Sandvik the putback. And Randy Wright picks up her 4th foul. Marion up 6. And it stays that way. Claire Sandvik, the niece of Hall of Famer and one of the greatest players ever to play girls basketball in Iowa, Lynn Lorenzen. Lynn played 6-on-6 basketball for Ventura. And Sandvik converts, her niece converts for the free throw. Back within 5.
Boone's almost a situation where they need to come out and foul, get the ball back.
Oh, Marion's not been automatic from the free throw line.
No, they haven't.
But you can't have, oh, nice drive. Nice drive by Chloe Rice. And now Boone's got to go in a hurry. Driving. Almost scoring. Marion chases the loose basketball down.
They got to come up.
Kaba Lobby comes away with the loose one. And now Marion with a minute to play, absolutely has everything on their side right now. Marion can run out the clock passing it, and finally a foul charged to Laura Anderson. And she fouled Mia Lobby. And what I'm looking at,
Coach's daughter.
Yeah, well, yeah. And Mia hits the free throw. She's the junior. Kaba's the freshman. I'd heard about her a couple of years ago. They said when Mia was a freshman, they said, well, she's got a sister that's not too bad coming up. When Marion was here, Mia hits them both. Leads 9. And Boone's going the wrong way.
Yeah, they are.
The hoop is to the right.
They just got to shoot it. They can't, there you go. She'll take the ball to the basket.
Shadle will convert, drive and score, and get a timeout. We have 37 seconds left here, Jackie.
Full court press.
At this point, that's really what you have to. And if you don't get the steal, you got to foul.
Yeah, right away. And I'm not sure who you'd foul.
Well, as a team right now, Marion has improved their field goal or free throw percentage to 63.6%. Oh, let's see. Knapp is 0 of 2, but Rice is 4 of 5. Caitlin Smith 2 of 2. Randy Wright 2 of 3. Mia Lobby 3 of 4. Cable Lobby 3 of 6. So you don't have any options on fouling. You just hope you miss.
Right, this stage of the game, you just...
Laura Anderson, 14 rebounds for Boone. But Caitlin Shadle had a great third quarter, but in this fourth quarter, she's been pretty silent until that drive right there. And I think a lot to do with that is the 1-3-1 zone.
Yes.
Nobody on the ball, but a half-court press right now. And nearly getting the steal is Danner. But now Marion, the Caitlin Smith, she's not going to be able to move along the baseline.
Nope, she's
stuck.
She's put.
She gets it put in and then got it right back, and then Rice is fouled by Emma Rouse. And Chloe Rice will go down and try to shoot free throws. So Chloe, a junior.
You almost wonder when they had it down to 3. It's always hindsight, but like when they pressed there, they gave them a little bit of a hard time. If you'd done things a little bit differently, had it made it, any difference? Nothing to take away from Marion because they have played very well, and their defense definitely has got them where they're at.
Second free throw is good for Rice. She goes 1 of 2. Well, and you wonder if, because you knew Marion was going to counter one way. Three-pointer is off the mark. Shadle gets it back. Danner with 20 seconds drives. The layup goes. And another timeout.
It's been a hard-fought contest, though, and Boone really, considering the way they played in the first half, has played much better in the second half.
Boone's in the huddle, and we'll step away for just a quick bit and have the final 18.6 when we come back.
Truck Month at the all-new Schottenkirk Ford in Indianola. Get $12,000 off select new F-150s and a 5-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. $12,000 off select new F-150s. Or get 0% for 72 months. To bulk up fresh local trades, Schottenkirk Ford is in a position to give you more for your trade. The Schottenkirk Experience, now available in Indianola. The all-new Schottenkirk Ford of Indianola. SchottenkirkFord.com. It's truck.
Boone is going to try to put some pressure here. They're down 6. Get a steal in the 3, and you're tied. Easier said than done in 18 seconds. Class 4A quarterfinal from Wells Fargo Arena. Now, I think Lobby had 1 foot in and 1 foot out.
Well, he might have called it
technical because it was
It's
a
on
foul out
Boone.
of bounds. See if we can pick this up. I don't know if we can or not. And I'd like to make eye contact with the officials for the explanation, but
Technical foul on the Toreadors, number 10, Madeline Danner. Their third foul.
and the free throw is good by Lobby.
It might have been. She also stepped out of. Yeah, you're probably right. Probably was a foul out of bounds.
Because that is a technical and a foul out of bounds, right? The game is played in between the lines, and if we watch it on the replay there, you could see she did make contact right there outside, underneath the basket. So it. Oh, the clock, but the foul was because she was out of bounds. She can't. So fouled her out of bounds. All right. Thank you very much for the explanation. That's a nice thing about sitting courtside. We can get the explanation there, as you can hear it on the microphone.
Go right to the source.
Go right to it.
The stripes.
And now Marion gets the ball after the technical, so it gets a lot harder for Boone, and doesn't look like they're going to foul. Let Marion run this one out.
Plus Boone cleared their bench. I mean, I think that's let every kid get in.
To say you played. Marion had to sweat a little bit in the second half, but pulls away for a 46-38 win. They outscored 10-6 and outlast the Toreadors.
It was a good game. And if you would have asked me how it was going to end up from the first half, I would have said, Marion's going to blow out Boone. But
well, Marion went out to a 9-2 first quarter lead, 19-11 at the half. But it was a Boone 21-15 third quarter that made the difference. Caitlin Shadle did everything she could. She finished with 19.
In addition to receiving plaques, every participating player will receive a commemorative basketball provided by the Iowa Farm Bureau, title sponsor of the Girls Athletic Union. Presenting awards from the Girls Athletic Union are Jean Berger and Karen Brown. Congratulations to head coach Jim McPartland and the Toreadors from Boone on an outstanding basketball season. Marion Indians fans, your team advances to the Class 4A semifinals, where they will face either Pella or Lewis Central on Friday at 11:45.
Well, there you go. That is the way it sets up here as Marion moves on and improves to 23-1. And we're going to watch some of those highlights, and I'm going to turn around and get my ab working on, Peter. Early on, it was Marion. As we said, it was a 9-2 first quarter, and they did the shooting well from the outside. Boone, though, Jackie, just could not find.
They played in spurts. They got it within 3, and then they kind of fell off. They just didn't have enough firepower. But they really don't have anything to be ashamed of because they played hard in the second half.
And there's Shadle driving, and she had a great game. And Lobby, not too bad either. Nice give and go pass. That was probably one of the best passes of the game inside to Cable Lobby there. And then Shadle again. She finished with 19. And Marion, though, in that fourth quarter just kind of started. And that was about the only time Sandvik got the ball, turned around, and shot it in this game.
I think she took 3 shots. I'll be interested to see how everything turned,
Stat-wise, how it finished, yeah. And then Boone kept trying and trying there at the end, but One more look at Shadle there, and she only had 2 points in that fourth quarter, but not enough as Marion goes on to win 46-38. And that's it for this Class 4A quarterfinal. We've got another one to go, and then we'll get to 5A, and we're going to have some pretty big crowds here again today. And if you're not able to make it down to Wells Fargo Arena, tell your friends so you can watch it for free on CISN.TV. All girls quarterfinals and semifinals live on the internet, and then on Friday and Saturday live on Iowa Public Television. Jackie, final thoughts there as you want to close it up?
I think that it was a better half for the crowd. I think things that Marion did definitely disrupted the play of Boone. And Boone just didn't have enough firepower when it came down to the end. Free throws also, I think, hurt Boone down the stretch. They got it within 3, and they just couldn't get over the hump.
Marion will move on to play Friday morning at 11:45, and that'll be against the winner of the game that is about to happen, Council Bluffs, Lewis Central, and Pella. So we'll step away for a moment, and when we come back, we'll have more basketball, but it'll be a different crew. So for Jackie Sapp and Peter Tarpey, I'm Paul Yeager. Thank you so very much for watching. So long for just a while from Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines.
Thanks for watching our live coverage of the 2017 Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament on the Central Iowa Sports Network. You can check CISN.TV for a replay of this game. The free coverage of today's game brought to you on CISN by Mid-American Energy, CenturyLink, Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottling Company, the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. That's all for now from Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines.